Alright guys, so I just want to do a quick video and share with you a little bit about a topic that's really important to me and to my family, and that is autism. Alright guys, so if you're new to this channel, or this only the second video I think I'm doing so far, but this channel is all about me and my journey to a healthier, stronger, better version of myself. And along the way I'll probably talk about some other things that are a little personal, and one of those things is autism. I myself am not on the spectrum, but my youngest son, Simon, is. And today being World Autism Awareness Day, April 2nd, 2019, I got my blue on. And I just wanted to share with you guys that just a little bit about our experience with autism. I to be honest, I've tried to record this video several times and I didn't like the way it was going. I think the main point I want to get across is, awareness. There's so much controversy in the world over everything nowadays, and even in the autism community we have, I know that like the whole Light It Up Blue and some of the other stuff that has come out in the autism community has become controversial just because of the people who kind of pushed it at the beginning. But my goal is not to tell you to go throw money at some organization or promote some organization. My goal is to promote the acceptance of people who are on the spectrum. Everybody who knows Simon loves Simon. Everybody who meets Simon, at first they're like, they may be a little weird, but everybody falls in love with Simon. And the thing is, he's brought so much joy and excitement and a lot of excitement and pleasure to our lives that I wouldn't change it for the world. He's an amazing child, and he just has challenged me in so many ways to become a better person. And all my kids do that, but the challenges we face with Simon are even another degree higher than and so, but I love my kids. As I stated in my last video, my wife and I have 4 kids, and Simon is our youngest. And when he was about 3 years old, he was diagnosed with autism. And I could talk about how that made me feel and all that stuff, and maybe I will someday. But today I just wanted to talk about how important it is to try to understand. You're never gonna completely understand what it's like to deal with on a daily basis with somebody on the spectrum, whether it be a child or a family member, until you do it. And so, one of the things I've always talked about in my kind of my own personal opinion on life, I guess you can say, not really a motto or anything, but I always prefer experience over expertise. And what I mean by that is, you can have all the experts in the world tell you everything they think and believe and they've learned, but the thing is, most of those people their learning is a benefit of somebody else's experience. And so when I'm out there seeking information, be it on exercise, be it on weight loss, be it on health and nutrition, or be it on learning how to deal with a child on the autism spectrum, I much rather listen to someone with experience versus the quote-unquote experts, because the experts many times get it wrong. They are most of the time well-meaning people who study and have a desire to learn and educate themselves, and I appreciate that. But nothing can compare to life lived experience. And so, and we're all different. Everybody is different. We may have similarities, and there may be things that are similar. We may have things in common, but no two people are exactly the same. And that is even more so with people on the spectrum, I believe, because, and I know I'm kind of all over the place in this video, but when Simon was first diagnosed, my wife and I, we wanted to try to figure out what to do to help our son the best we can. And the more research we did, it seemed like the more confusing it got, because you'd have these typical characteristics or typical, actions that, people on the spectrum would have. And there would be a lot of things that just wouldn't align with Simon, and then there'd be like a couple things that did. And so, we've learned to accept that he's on the spectrum. He's considered nonverbal, although his vocabulary in the last year has actually improved. His ability to do things independently of us has increased a lot. And we accept that he's not going to be just like everyone else. He's not going to be just like all the other, anybody else on the spectrum. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own personality, their own traits. Some people are considered very low functioning, and and some people are considered super high functioning. And so Simon has his place, and it is our job as parents to teach him how to operate in this world the best he can, and to teach him to be as independent as possible with the abilities that he has. And he's such a smart and amazing boy. He can have the worst tantrums. He can be a handful sometimes, but he can also bring the biggest smile to your face and just hug you and kiss you and just love you. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. this experience has probably taught me more than anybody else, and I've grown as a person just having him in my life. And I just want to encourage you, anybody who may be watching this, if you're a parent or a family member, or with someone with a child, a family member on the spectrum, I want to encourage you to just keep at it. You're gonna have hard days, you're gonna have terrible days, you're gonna have days you feel like you want to give up, but it's gonna be worth it. And once you see the little milestones, it's gonna be worth it. And you know what? If you're someone who doesn't have any, personal contact with somebody on the spectrum, get out there and find people, talk to people. Fortunately, there's more people out there than you realize. Before Simon was diagnosed, I heard about autism. I didn't really quite understand what it was. It was just one of those things you knew it was some kind of condition or whatever. But now that I am a autism dad, I guess you can say, it has brought me to understand that I don't understand a lot. It has made me come to realize, it is important to put yourself in other people's shoes. I just want to encourage you guys, get out there. If you're watching this April 2nd, wear blue. Just remember that April is actually considered World Autism Awareness Month, and so we want to kind of promote it the whole month. Keep it going, and just get out there and just make sure people are more aware. I hear, I'm not gonna get into that, but anyway, just get out there and when you come across somebody, when you see that mom in the store with a child that's throwing a fit or having a meltdown, just remember that, I understand how your first thought is, oh, just whip the child. Yeah, kids on the spectrum need discipline just as much as kids that are not on the spectrum, but that mom's dealing with something that you don't have a complete understanding of. And so before you start judging, encourage her to, encourage that mom, encourage that dad, and just get out there and try to see the world a little bit differently. Hey, buddy. All right, guys, so this is Simon. He came to see Daddy recording, and for some reason doesn't have a shirt on again. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share, not just for my sake, but just to help bring awareness for autism. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. 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 Say bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.